Hello and welcome to today's Flip Math lesson. Today we are focusing on our new unit of division. Tonight specifically we are looking at division using the expanded notation method. Please pause the video as you write down your title and your learning objective. Let's look at a sample problem. Mr. Hernandez is hosting a barbecue at the park near his house. He plans to invite 192 people to the barbecue and will serve them each a hamburger. If hamburgers come in packages of 8, how many packages of hamburgers should Mr. Hernandez buy? My equation for this problem is 192 divided by 8. I have 192 people that I need to buy hamburgers for, and the hamburgers come in packages of 8. Pause the video as you write down this equation. I suggest you write the equation just like I have it here with space at the top, as we will be adding information on the top of our numbers here for this division problem. My first step is to look at the 1 in 119. I cannot make any groups of 8 from 1, so then I'm going to look at 19. I'm going to think to myself, how many groups of 8 can I make from 19? So again, I'm going to look at the 19 and say, how many sets of 8 can I make from 19? You will see that I have written 20. Well, you may be wondering how I got 20. Well, since I know that I can make 2 groups of 8 from 19, I write the 2 here, but I have to put down 0 as a placeholder because the 9 in 19 is in the tens place. So I've got 20 as my actual or partial quotient that I'm going to write here that is showing that I can make 20 from 192. Pause the video as you write that down. My next step is then to multiply 20 times 8 and write that answer right below 192. And you'll see that I've done that. 20 times 8 is 160. I'm then going to subtract 160 from 192 to see what I have left or remaining. When I subtract that, you will see that I got 32. Pause the video so that you are writing down each step of this process. My next step after getting 32 is to think, how many groups of 8 can I make from 32? So you'll see, how many sets of 8 can I make from 32? When I think about how many sets of 8 I can make from 32, or what times 8 gives me 32, I get 4. I'm going to write that 4 right above my 20. Next, I have to multiply 4 times 8 and write that right below the 32 to show that I'm multiplying that 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. Then I have to subtract 32 from 32. 32 minus 32 gives me 0. So 0 is where I stop because I have nothing that is remaining. Then I have to go to my next step. My next step is to take my 2 partial quotients together and add those partial quotients together to get my final quotient. So you'll see that I have brackets around 20 and 40 to show that I'm adding those 2 numbers together. So here, add my partial quotients together to get my final quotients. 20 plus 4 gives me 24. So that means Mr. Hernandez should buy 24 packages of hamburgers to feed each person at the party. Make sure that you write down the steps that you need to have in order to complete the expanded notation method correctly. Your partial quotients you'll need to add together to find the final product. If you need to go back and review any steps that I have done, please do so and make sure that you have recorded each step into your math journal. Tonight, you have 2 problems to solve. You are going to be working on the expanded notation for the following problems. Question number 1, There are 252 pages in a book, and Jessica read 7 pages in 1 hour. How many hours did she take to finish reading the book? Your second question reads, Gina earned $475 in 5 weeks. How much did she earn each week? Please make sure that you bring both of these examples to school tomorrow completed. We will check them in class as we continue to practice with expanded notation. If you have any questions, please be prepared to discuss them tomorrow at the beginning of math class. Thank you and have a great evening.